People who never, ever have put out their own bins, I imagine, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Maybe they did once back in the day.
They have staff, don't they? They have staff for that.
Yeah. Anyway, they are rumoured to be considering upping sticks from their Norfolk home to be closer to the Queen in Windsor. They'd also be closer, of course, to Granny and Grandad Middleton in Bucklebury. So is it inevitable that you'll feel guilty if you don't live close to your elderly relatives?
Do you know, I'd very happily move to Windsor and live near the Queen. In a Grace and Favour home.
Put her bins out
No
for
problem
her.
at all. Count me in. Yeah, I mean, in a way, it kind of goes two ways, doesn't it? Not so much with the Queen. I think, you know, what, she's now 95, so probably it's a great thing for grandchildren to go and spend more time. But maybe with the Middletons also, there's a bit of element of babysitting, extra babysitting. But, yeah, I mean, I think that's something that is very much on my mind. I'm an only child. My mum lives about 2 roads away from me. And I would feel awful if I moved away because, obviously, I see her quite a lot because she lives very close to me. And if I suddenly put a lot of distance between us, I'd feel very weird about that. I mean, the time to have done that maybe would have been when I was a lot younger. But yeah,
I mean, I must admit, when my mum and dad were here, I mean, I never ever considered emigrating, but of course you all kind of know people in your circle who do emigrate or you know, just spend time far away. And especially, I think, when my children were born, I just don't think I could have done that, particularly, sorry, to my mum, because she just adored them so much that, I mean, and she would have said, I know she would have said, no, if you've got to do it, you go and do it, but I just don't think I could have done it. It would have felt just cruel.
And also, your kids would almost kind of miss their grandparents as well. It's such a
but
special
equally, as a parent now yourselves, you don't want your kids... Like, I really don't want my kids to feel guilty if life gives them opportunities that unfortunately has to take them away from me. I would hate them to miss those opportunities because they'd go, oh, we can't leave Mum at home on her own.
In fact, you're positively encouraging your children to leave.
Leave. I mean...
In fact, would you like to go straight down the camera there, Paul? Leave.
Leave.
I would tell my kids to... I'd be like you, Colleen. I'd say, OK, go, leave, but I'll be quietly following behind, knowing me.
Would you? Do you think you would?
Yeah, I think I would. I mean, you know, obviously I'm not a granny yet, and I keep saying to the children, don't make me a granny quite as yet. I'm not ready for it. But if it happened, I'd be, like, probably over the moon, but I wouldn't tell them that so that they would not leave the children with me all the time for babysitting. But then I would like to have my own choice to go and follow them and, you know...
Yeah, but I also, I get so many letters, because this is a real problem on both sides of... you know, the parents with the kids that actually do want to move but feel guilty, and then equally the grandparents saying, I really don't want them to go, but I don't want to hold them back.
Yeah.
And I feel too old to make the move. And it's a really big issue for a lot of people.
So what can you say? What can you say to that? Because there's no
well,
sort of easy response.
I think at the moment as well, I think what we're very lucky nowadays is we live in a world that has just incredible technology, much better than it was even 10, certainly 20 years ago, where you're not, like, cut off forever. You know, you can actually see people live on these things, like, every day and keep in contact and...
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, remember, it was a big deal to put in a phone call to Australia.
Yes.
I can remember that,
huge.
you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, it would be something that you might do once a year at New Year time or something beyond that. And the cost of flights was just astronomical.
Yeah.
Would
Did you see the story today? The opera singer, Kiri Te Kanawa, she's moved back to New Zealand to spend time with her grandchildren.
Yeah.
She's
I guess it's like anything in life, isn't it? It's all about timing, you know, and, you know, at this point you would say to your kids, go, live your life, give your life. With you, Jane, and your mum, who's getting, you know, quite a bit older now, then that's a whole different conversation that you're having with yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's, you know, I guess, as you say, it's all about just at the time, you just make decisions along the way. But
I think as well, when you know, when you love your parents that much, it is hard to make those decisions.
Yeah.
Like, even if you really want to go.
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it, to say, well, I'm going anyway, you know. I know it would be...
But I'm like you, I've said to both of my kids, you know, because kids are more global now, aren't they? The world is there. And I just said, look, if you get offered something in another country and you want to go, you go.
Just leave me here. I'll be just sitting in the
No,
dark.
I'll be on a plane.
Just me on my own with my goats.